Hi guys, welcome back. Today I have a full face makeup video for you today. So as always, I get started with moisturizing my face, vitamins by Wet n Wild, and then just a little bit of Acne Moisturizer by Neutrogena, the grapefruit kind. I find that Neutrogena really works for my acne, so I tend to try to stick within their product line, and then just adding another layer of the Laniege Moisturizer as well. This one is for sleeping, but it keeps my face not so oily during the day, so I love that for me. Again with the vitamins, and now I'm going to do my eyebrows. So if you see my other videos, then you know that I like to gel my eyebrows in place, or brush them in place so that the hairs stay in one spot. Then once those relax, because I don't fill them in with pencil all the way, I like to make sure that they have their own shape before I start adding concealer and stuff like that. So I just take a spoolie, just like any spoolie any spoolie, and then I just put them in place. Now you can see I have a little bit of a glow on my natural face. My eyebrows are in place, so now I'm going to take some primer to go on my eyelid, because I'm going to be adding concealer, so I want to prime in this area. I believe I used the e.l.f. Power Grip primer, I think, and I'm using the LA Girl in the color Toffee, and then I'm just gonna line my eyebrow. Anybody out on the dating scene? Child, been dating and it has been a disaster. I had this guy go off on me because I told him I didn't want to date him for various reasons, and I just wasn't feeling him. He took the time to send me paragraphs upon paragraphs, child, explaining why I'm wrong, why I should date him. And then when I blocked him child, he found me on Instagram, my regular page, and then sent me messages there. He found me on Facebook, because I kept every time he would send me a message, I would just block it, okay, whatever. And then finally, weeks later, I happened to go in my business page messages. Don't judge me, you know you be slacking on your business page too. But anyway, so I decided to go in those messages, and he just sent me paragraphs there. I said, so you went to every platform to explain why I should date you, and that by itself is why I shouldn't. Because first of all, I only knew the man for a week, y'all. A week. I'm in a week you gotta do all of that to tell me why I should date you? I probably shouldn't be dating you. Anyway, I'm finna blend this concealer out with this concealer blending brush, and I like to just pat it in there, get it real nice and smooth, because I'm also using this as my eyeshadow base. I hate the way regular eyeshadow primer does, or the consistency of it, because it seems it's too chalky or too thick. That's my Lancome. If anybody wants to see me do a tutorial using the Lancome, because that has a different undertone to it, just in case anybody wants to see it. Now I'm just going in with my primer. This one is the Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Matte Primer. I didn't show it on camera, but that's what I'm using. And then I'm just touching up my eyelashes, I guess. Something was in my eye. I'm literally trying to do a voiceover and do my makeup currently at the same time. I'm trying to multitask, so forgive me if it's a little bit choppy. Just going in with some matte primer, some more matte primer on my nose and my my T-zone area, and then gonna get into the foundation. I believe, what I just show y'all, Smashbox 4.05. I actually really like Smashbox for the winter. So I'm gonna dot this all over my face, and then I'm going to take my brush and blend it out. Personally, I prefer brushes versus beauty blenders, because I feel the brushes blend out better and it leaves more product. For whatever reason, beauty blenders soak up a lot of product. I know that has a lot to do with how wet the sponge is, but I don't know. I just been sticking with brushes for a nice minute, maybe a couple years or so. and I really like it. So anyway, so I'm gonna blend this all out. I try not to put as much foundation under my eye. Whatever residue goes under there is fine, but I tend not to like blatantly put foundation under my eye, because when I leave it, or if I don't put foundation, it really just works out a whole lot better for my concealer. Like the concealer blends better, it like stays brighter if I want to do the highlight, versus like putting concealer on top of foundation under my eye. Like a thick foundation under my eye tends to lessen the concealer. So if you want a lighter concealer, like lighter meaning lighter coverage, then you can put foundation under your eye. But me personally, I don't want to do that. So anyway, back to dating, because honey, no, it's really not giving. And I'm really starting to feel like that type of lifestyle that our like parents and grandparents had, where they got married young and they had kids young, and they had a good man or a good woman and that they could rely on and be dependable, and wasn't nothing crazy going on, and they was just working together and like them against the world. I'm really starting to feel as though that is a fallacy, something that might be out of reach, because our generation, meaning millennials and under, well, millennials really, millennials are getting married later, or not at all, or barely in relationships for real, like barely even friends, because for real everything we do is on social media. So like most of our connections are on social media. I feel like most people in this generation don't have a lot of friends. Like when I interact with other people, like a lot of people always be like, oh yeah, I'm a loner, I hang by myself, I don't really do a whole lot. And I get that, because you know that's me too. But you know, with that type of lifestyle or that attitude towards life, I feel like we really have lost touch with each other as human beings. Like I genuinely feel as though we do not understand each other. Like even myself, I oftentimes feel so misunderstood, and sometimes I find that other people that I deal with might feel misunderstood from me. It's almost just like we just don't we just don't understand how human nature works anymore. It's like we just don't get each other, and that is so difficult. Like when you're trying to connect with somebody and you really need that support and that love from somebody, and they just don't understand like what you feel, what you're going through, like what's going on and stuff like that. And then in terms of like having the kids, because we are getting married later in my generation, and even the one before me, the generation prior to millennials, getting married so late, having kids for a lot of people feels like oh, it's too late for me to have kids, or it's going to be too late for me to have kids. And then me personally, the way I feel about it, I was thinking the other day, like, oh, I really want to have, you know, a person and get married and do all the things. And then I was thinking last night, I said, I can't afford no kids. Baby, I cannot afford them. And when I mean afford, I mean I cannot afford the time for kids. Like I realized like I am constantly working, and when I'm not working, I'm constantly doing something. And then on the side note, I know the men gonna try to eat me up for this, but like a lot of men don't really work. Like a lot of men, like if you look in the workforce and a lot of corporate jobs, and this could be companies trying to meet quota too, it's usually a lot of women in the workforce now, I feel like. And then too, like a lot of men are not humble about work. So like you're not gonna find a lot of men working in like restaurant or something, like, you know, or entry-level jobs, because there's also that like pride thing. A lot of men just, yeah. But anyway, so my point being, like myself, a lot of women are working full-time jobs or working multiple jobs, you know, to care for themselves. So there is no way that like I could have kids right now or anytime soon, because I'm working multiple jobs and doing multiple things to generate income. So I don't have the time to like sit and care and nurture. I have 2 pets. I barely have time to like nurture them for real. Like I'm here, but like, you know, it's different. You know, pets don't talk. I gotta interact with a child. I have to teach a child. I don't have the time to do it, and I really low-key don't really have the money to do it right now. So yeah, so I don't know, like my viewpoint has changed. I really legitimately thought when I was 7 I was gonna get married when I was 16, because I thought that was grown. Then I'm like, okay, 25, because that's really grown. And then 25, like I was in a relationship, I had a boyfriend, but like it was not here, honey. Now we're inching up to 30, and it is what it is. But you know what, to tell the truth, that's fine. That's fine, you know. Because I know some, like a lot of guys gonna be like, oh, that's why women can't get a man because of da 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 da. For me, it's not hard to get a man or to have one or to pique somebody's interest or anything like that. I feel like for me, I'm filtering out the type of man that I want. In terms of like, or I wouldn't even say that I want, but just like filtering out the bums, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of women of today can get a man. It's just, do they want you? Do they want you? So like when that guy was sending me all the paragraphs, like he was trying to say something along those lines, like you're not gonna have a person because of blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I will, I just don't want you. I mean, it's kind of simple. Like, I'm definitely gonna find my person. I definitely believe that. It's just ain't gonna be you. And if anybody's not gonna find a person between us, it might be you. Because from what he told me, he ain't never even had a girl. Anyway, child, let me shut up, because I'm telling y'all all about my little business and my story. And then don't even get me started on my ex-boyfriend, bro. Bro, that was the dumbest, probably worst relationship I've been in. And it was no like cheating or scandals or nothing. It was just like simply just not doing. Like, you're simply not doing, simply just not like progressing in life. And like, I don't know, just, but that's a long story. Like, girl, I lost so much money in that relationship, thousands of dollars. Just, ooh. Anyway, let me shut up, because I know some man gonna be on here talking about some, that's what you get, that's what happens to them. Because you know they hate when we discuss the men. They can't stand that. Anyway, girl, I'm putting on this blush. It's getting cute, right? You know, I did my usual with the videos, you know. Foundation, concealer, contour. I used the Black Opal foundation stick. What color is it? In the color Snatched Sepia. Put me a little blush. I think I already put my powder on, so my concealer is gonna look a little bit light right now because I put my I haven't brushed my powder off yet. And then I just go in with some, oh let me get to the point, girl, because I gotta explain this eyeshadow. So right now I'm doing a transition color. This is like a medium brown with the orange undertone. Medium brown with the orange undertone. This is my transition color that I'm popping under my brow bone, meaning the transition is going to like go from like a warm brown into like my eyeshadow. So that's why I'm doing that. But yeah, and then I just use like my fluffy blender brush that I normally always use. You'll probably see it in like my other videos. I got that brush from Ipsy. To tell you the truth, I really don't know where I could get another one because I really love this brush. But yeah, and then now I'm just dragging it down into my crease. So from my brow bone to my crease, I am putting in that medium warm brown. Like I said, I'm doing my makeup and trying to do this at the same time, so please forgive me. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more brown on the inner crease of my eye. I low-key could have kept it like that and just did the whole lid this color. That would have been so cute. I did that in my last video. But we gonna make it look, we were doing something different today. But y'all see it, you probably gonna be like, at first. At first you're gonna be like, But then you're gonna be like, okay, it's a little cute. But yeah, and then putting some like smoking out the tail of my eye a little bit, because I'm gonna pop some pigment into the middle of my eye. So yeah, and you just blend. The technique to blending eyeshadow, honestly, is to just use a light hand. Just use a light hand and a fluffy brush. Like a fluffy but dense brush. Like you don't want it too fluffy and too sparse. You want it a little fluffy and dense. You want to use a light hand. That's what's going to get the pigment but help you to build it so it's not too much pigment at one time. For blending purposes and transition crease purposes. I'm starting to feel myself because period. So now I'm gonna go in with the pigment. Now I'm taking a flat blending brush or a flat fluffy brush. The flat ones help you get more pigment off. So this, if you want more color, then you want something that you can pack the color in. This I also got from Ipsy. I can't remember the name. I don't even know where I put it to tell y'all what it is. It's like some type of space color, but I was going for a space vibe. It's like a purple metallic with a little pink hue. Yeah, and then I'm just packing that in. And to be honest with you, in this, I end up packing in a lot. Already you can see that it's pigmented. This probably would have been straight, but like in the mirror with the lighting that I had, it was a little bit washed out, so I couldn't tell like how much pigment was there. It was looking too light, so I end up adding like more and more. But bear with me, it might come through. I low-key hate voiceovers. I feel like I be talking too much, like, and y'all need a break from me talking. But the whole purpose of this video is a step-by-step. So what I did was take my fluffy blending brush with the brown, and I just like went in the corner a little bit just to make sure that that purple metallic key color blends in with the brown, because I don't want it to be too shocking. That's why I did a transition color. It's so that it's not too shocking, because it's already like low-key an unnatural type of eyeshadow. But yeah, so that's all I did. So right here, I shouldn't have did this at all, honey. I messed up because I wanted to add like a shadow liner that I usually do, but on this color it turned my black into like a violet purple, and I wasn't expecting it to do that. So it wasn't really sitting well with me. So on the inner corner you can kind of see like that purple. I wanted to do like a siren eye. I don't have that down packed yet though, to be honest. But on that inner corner, what I actually ended up doing after I did the second eye, it didn't look right. I actually took a Q-tip and I like wiped it off to try to take away some of that pigment, because it just didn't look right to me. The tail end I didn't mind, so I kept that. You know, I just wanted to darken my lash line. I wasn't going for like a shape or a wing liner or nothing like that, just to darken my lash line a little bit, that's all. But that inner corner had to go, gotta go. Didn't like it. Also, right about here when I'm doing my mascara, I realized that I didn't have no more lashes. Like I didn't have the lashes that I needed to make this look right. So I end up having to go with a different lash, which you'll see in a minute. Oh, also I decided to add a little bit of orange, like a burnt orange, in the crease. I thought that would really add some dimension to it in terms of color, and I was really loving it in the camera. But again, the pigment was washed out. I mean, in the mirror, the pigment was washed out in the mirror, so I couldn't really tell. It was picking up more pigment on camera than it was in the mirror, and then in person it was even more pigmented. So when I went into the bathroom mirror, which is under a dimmer light, a little bit different, like a little more yellow, I realized that it was real orange. It was giving orange and purple. But I kept going. You know, I did my thug thistle. You know, fill in them bald spots for the eyebrows, cause our eyebrows is gonna be on fleek, and that's on period. Y'all remember that in 2016? Her eyebrows on fleek. What they say now? Eyebrows is snatched, laid. Yeah, I don't know. Eyebrows is fire. Eyebrows is gonna be fire, and that's on period. Line them lips, cause don't nobody want no dusty, crusty lips. Period. Add that highlight that nose, girl. The tip of the nose, the bridge of the nose. What they call the cheekbone. That look like butter. Ain't that cute? The blush is giving too. Like, it's so subtle, but it came to eat you up. Period. It came to eat you up though. I don't know, I'm actually starting to like I actually am starting to like the orange in the eyeshadow. Ooh! Okay, I did not know my hair was gonna shock me on camera like that, because why would I do that? Okay, this is what I was talking about when I was saying like the lashes that I had to use. These was like some backup lashes. I knew I didn't like them, but I ran out of my regular lashes. And I'm not really a mascara girly anymore. But anyway, like, it was just not like sticking. This just like some random Ardells, like some natural I don't know, girl. Don't get these lashes. I like the wispies or the demi wispies for future reference. The Ardell demi wispy lashes. I don't know what these are, but they made me upset. Don't and ignore my hair, because I'm gonna touch it up. Dang, so like I lost footage of me, like, you know, doing like a completed look. So all I did was straighten the hair to make it make sense with these really straight lashes that just was not giving.